All right, we're going through our final setting under account and settings, and I think it's just called other settings. Oh, other preferences. Very generic. Okay, let's talk through these. So we have date format options. Month, day, year is very common. Day, month, year, not as common with dashes, right? If you prefer dashes or dots, so you can make a couple changes in there if you really want to get fancy with it. Number format in here. So what is the format you use with your numbers? Again, most people keep it as is here, but there are some other options if you prefer. Customer labels. So do you call them customers, clients, donors, guests, members, patients? It's just what is it going to be labeled as on that field. We always want all of these turned on, actually. Default turns on one, but you want to go in and turn on these other two. Warn if duplicate check numbers are used. We should never be able to use duplicate check numbers, right? So we want a warning on that. Warn me if I enter a bill number that's already been used for this vendor. So 4Lane's your vendor. I have bill 123. I put it in. Then Debbie in accounting also gets a copy of this bill sent to her. Bill 123. She puts it in. When she puts it in, it's going to warn her, hey, there's already a bill to this vendor with that exact same number. Are you sure you want to enter this bill? Always want to turn that one on. Warn if duplicate journal entry numbers are used. Now, people don't really pay attention to journal entry numbers that much, but it is good practice to have a numbering scheme with your journal entry numbers so that you can know whether somebody is entering them in line, right? It's just easier to spot them. So if your journal entry number scheme is, when I go in to do journal entries, which should be very rare, let's be real, right? Journal entries should happen at the end of a period, hopefully, end of a year, end of a month. They should not be happening every day. If they're happening every day, we need to figure out what's going on. Maybe they should be happening for payroll, okay? So when you're in an ERP system, you set up numbering schemes based on the module that you're working in. So if we're posting payroll as an example, we might do PY is the start of the journal entry, 04, 23, 21. Maybe the letter A. Then we have PY 04, 23, 21B if we're doing 2 on the 23rd. But creating that numbering scheme and holding people accountable to using that numbering scheme makes it so much easier when somebody makes a journal entry out of turn. So I say warn if duplicate journal entry number is being used because let's say, I don't know, we have multiple payroll companies, I don't know. Let's say I'm putting something in and then Debbie's putting something in and I don't hit save yet, but my number is following the appropriate number scheme and she's doing the same thing and we both have the same number, right? Then we want the system to warn us so that we're not putting in the same number. Then the last preference here is sign me out if I'm inactive. Okay, so what that means is I'm logged into QuickBooks Online here and I walk away and I go to lunch and I decide to take a 3-hour lunch. So when the 3-hour mark hits, just sign me out automatically. I mean, you really shouldn't leave your accounting software up, right, and accessible when you walk away because then somebody can come in and log into it. And of course, accounting software is something that we don't want to have people be able to access it. Same thing, you really shouldn't be using things like LastPass or Google passwords because then people can just log into your files if they have access to your computer. So make sure to put your computer to sleep or whatever it is. And then also it's good to have a logout. So I know this one frustrates people sometimes. They hate having to come back and log in, but it's meant to be for security. So got to deal with it. All right, that's it for preferences. So I hope everybody watched all these videos and they know why to set things up in different ways and where to get access to these different things. And now we're going to move on into lists.